Hey everyone, it's Lisa Mears here, and I'm back again with another video using toner sheets. I have been wanting to try out coloring on these toner sheets for quite a while, so today we're going to see if we can use markers to color them up. But before we do, I want to show you 4 brand new foilable panels from Pink and Main. This first one is called Hello Friend. You can see there's a little coffee mug with some flowers and butterflies inside of the mug. There's also the big butterflies toner sheets. This one is so pretty with flowers that are inside of the wings. Next is the Live Life foilable panels. And then finally, we have the Pretty Wings foilable panels, which has a few different designs of butterflies. And I actually just released a video on how to do reverse foiling using this set. So if you haven't checked that out, I will link it at the top right corner of this video, as well as in the description box below. So in this video, I'll be using the Big Butterflies foilable panels. And I'm going to start out by adding some foil to this panel. And then after I add the foil, we'll try out the coloring. So I'm going to be using the gold cheer foil from Pink and Main, and I'm just cutting a piece of foil down to size. Now these foilable panels, just so you know, if you haven't used these already, they are already cut down to fit on the front of an A2 size card front. They measure 4 inches by 5¼ inches, so you can add your foil to them and then put them on an A2 size card base. So anywhere you see the black, that is the toner on these foilable panels. So anywhere that the black appears, that's where you're going to end up with foil once you run this through your ink machine. If you do not have a ink machine, you can use a laminator. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using an anti-static cloth, and I'm removing any dust particles off of the top of the toner sheet and the back of the foil. Notice that I put the foil on top of my foilable panel so that the pretty side of the foil is face up. I added it into my carrier sheet, and then I just popped it in the ink machine. Now I use my ink machine on heat setting 4, and I think it does a great job adding the foil to those foilable panels. So this already came out the back of the ink machine, and now I'm just going to remove the foil from the top, and look how gorgeous that butterfly is. Now you can stop here and just add that to the front of a card. It is so pretty. But we're going to do some more to this. And also, always keep your negative, because the negative piece you can also use for a card, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So Pink and Main has also just come out with these brand new white toner sheets. So the entire sheet is toner. So I'm just taking my anti-static cloth and rubbing it over the top. I want to make sure there's no dust particles left behind, because that will interfere with the foiling. So now I'm going to just cut my white toner sheet to size so that it measures the size of this leftover foil. And then I'm going to add the toner sheet with the negative foil. I'm going to put that in my carrier sheet and run it through my ink machine. Okay, so it came out of the back of the ink machine. Let's go ahead and remove this from the carrier sheet. And you can see that that entire negative piece is now transferred to that white toner piece. So now I have 2 butterflies that I can use on cards. I have the negative and the positive. So while I have my ink machine out, I want to go ahead and foil up a sentiment. And the sentiment I'm going to be using is one from the Pink and Main Amazing Butterflies Foilable Cut Up Pack. And I'm going to use this one here that says, "You are amazing." There's so many other sentiments, and there's butterflies and hearts within that pack that you can foil, because those foilable cut-ups, they do have toner on them. So the "You are amazing," you can see that's in black, and that's where the foil will be adhered to that black toner. So I went ahead and cut down a piece of my gold foil. I just cut that down to size, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to my carrier sheet, and then I will add it to my ink machine. Now, by the way, if you're interested in anything that you see here, I will have product links listed in the description box of this YouTube video and on my corresponding blog posts. So you can head on down there to check out those links. All right, so you saw the You Are Amazing that got foiled. Now I have this leftover negative piece. I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of the white toner sheet, cut it down, and I'll get another sentiment out of this negative piece of foil. So we'll go ahead and add that to the white toner sheet, run that one through my ink machine, and when that comes out, you can see now you have another sentiment. So I've been curious to know for a while now if I can use Copic markers on these foilable panels or on these toner sheets. So I'm trying it out with you here for the first time on camera, and I honestly think that these Copic markers did a pretty good job on the toner sheets. So here I am just starting out with my orange colors. I believe this is my YR09. I went from darkest, then a medium tone, and then the lightest on the outside of the wings. So I colored the YR09 towards the inside of the wing. Then I colored the YR07, followed by the YR04, and then I'll come in with the YR00. And I'll make sure I have all of these colors listed on my blog if you want to replicate this in any way. So I honestly think it did a pretty good job. Now, I didn't get a perfect blend because this is not paper that I would normally use for coloring with Copics. It is a kind of like a shiny, almost glossy paper, so it did do a fairly good job, and I totally would do this again. But just know that I didn't get the perfect blend like you would if you had the right paper to color with Copics. Now, if you're not familiar with Copics, Copics are alcohol markers. So the ink inside is an alcohol-based ink. So I imagine that if you had any type of alcohol type marker, you can give this a go. I did try this off camera with my Zig markers that I love so much, and because this is not watercolor paper, it did not blend obviously those markers, but I just wanted to try just to see what would happen, and it did not work with the Zigs. So here I'm using my violet color family to color up the wings on the bottom of the butterfly. So again, I have my V17, which is my darkest violet color. I have that towards the inside center of the wings. Then I colored the V15, which is my mid-tone, and then I will finally finish up by using the V12, which will be the lightest violet color in this color family that I'm using for these wings. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think of this so far. I think by adding this color to the butterfly with the gold outline, it just looks really pretty. Even though I'm not getting that great of a blend, I just think it looks really pretty, and I would totally do this again. So now I'm going to color the leaves. So I have the YG23 and the YG13, and I'm just going to color the leaves up on these butterflies with the darkest green in the center and then the lighter green along the outside edges. And then I'm going to color the flowers with my pink colors. I'll be using RV04 and RV02. So here is a close-up look of what that coloring looks like. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. So you can put this panel on the front of a card, just like that, just glue it down. But I'm not going to do that. In fact, I have a little mess up at the bottom of that panel where I got some ink in the white part. So I am going to cut this out. So I'm just going to fussy cut this with my scissors. So for the background of my card, I'll be using this new bricks embossing folder. I went ahead and cut down a piece of white cardstock and I added it to the embossing folder, and now I'm just going to run it through my die cutting machine. I am adding a shim on the top just to get a better impression, so you can see that brick design in the background. All right, so let's go ahead and put this card together. I am going to cut down this "You Are Amazing" sentiment. I'm just going to use my scissors and fussy cut it around those letters so I can get rid of a little bit of that extra white space, because I really don't have room for some of that extra white space when I add this to my card, because that butterfly is so large and the sentiment's kind of large too. So I just wanted to get rid of some of that so I had a little bit more room. And I'm also going to cut down the sentiment that I used with my negative foil piece. So I'll cut that one down as well. And here's a look at the two sentiments. I decided I want to add a splatter of gold onto these embossed backgrounds. And by the way, I did emboss another one off camera, so I have two of the brick embossed backgrounds. And I'm using my Nuvo sparkle spray in the cream gold color, and I'm just flicking on some gold splatters onto that background just to add some more interest, and it will also bring out the gold in the butterfly and the sentiment. So I'm going to add these butterflies to the brick embossed background, and notice I'm just putting glue on the center of the butterfly so that the wings stay popped up. If you wanted to glue those wings flat down to the card, you can totally do that, but I love dimension and I thought that it would be really fun to have those wings be popped up. So I'll add the butterflies and the sentiments to that brick card panel. And then I will add that panel to an A2 size card base. And that will complete my cards today. So I have one butterfly colored with the Copic markers, and I have another one where I use the negative from the first butterfly just to create a beautiful gold card. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like videos like this and want to see more, make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you'll be notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.